Hello, welcome to VidTech. I'm Dylan, and in today's video, I will be doing a review on Windows Vista, and I'll find out if it can still be used today in 2020. So in order to find out if Windows Vista can be used today, I'm going to be going over 10 categories, which I give each category a rating out of 10. And those categories would be Internet, streaming videos, modern software, media, business use, security, features, usability, memory, and stability. So the system we'll be using for today's video is this Dell Optiplex 755. It has an Intel Core 2 with 6 gigabytes of RAM and a 500 gigabyte hard drive. And this is just the same old setup I've been doing for all the videos, except we've got a USB keyboard and mouse. Alright, so as y'all can see, we're in Windows Vista. We finally got a good frame rate. So that's something, and there's not going to be any aero glass effect because the screen recorder does not allow it for whatever reason, so I apologize for that. And so as always, our first category is going to be Internet. If y'all saw the XP video, y'all remember the MyPal web browser, and I'm going to be using that for Vista because I like it that much. So I'm just going to open it up. And guys, that started without much of an issue. I mean, this computer has 6 gigs of RAM, so that helps. But still, that was really quick. So, yeah, DuckDuckGo is amazing. But for the purposes of this video, I'm going to be using Google, which loads really, really fast. And what should I type? I'm just going to type YouTube. Just see what pops up. You see it right there. But we'll be coming back to that. For the time being, let's just go to images, and you've got YouTube's logo. Let's say you want to get a picture to get a better look. You can see right there we've got the YouTube logo, and let's say I want to download the picture. Just leave it as that. And guys, that didn't even take a second to download. That was quick, very quick. So now I'm going to be going to Gmail because, well, it's Gmail. And guys, as you guys can see here, we've got Gmail pulled up. And as y'all can see here, we've got this normal version of Gmail pulled up. It's pretty quick, actually, surprisingly. So I'm going to write an email with this normal non-HTML version. Just going to write to the VidTech email. By the way, this is the account in case you're wondering. Now I'm going to click send. Okay, so this version works. Quick, it's pretty quick too. And as y'all can see, we've got the email pulled up. It sends and receives really quickly on Vista, and that's a great sign. So on Vista, Gmail sends and receives really quickly with the normal version, so that's a great sign. And guys, this is the same browser as XP. And we've got 426 out of 555 for the HTML5 test. Now, I'm sure there's other browsers that probably have higher scores on the HTML5 test. But MyPal is probably the most secure old browser. So, yeah, 426 out of 555, that's actually kind of good. And now, it's time to test YouTube. Just gonna search it. That took 5 seconds to load. I'm not joking. It took 5 seconds to load. I don't know how long it took, actually, but for an older operating system, that's pretty good. And you already know what video I'm going to be testing. It's going to be the welcome video. I think it should be playing at a decent frame rate. But, well, here it is. YouTube works really well with Vista, and that's great for a 13-year-old operating system. Okay, so I tested Twitch off camera because I don't want to get a copyright strike. And now, Twitch, it can be laggy at times, but it works. And that's a good thing to me. But the lag can be a problem at times. Now, but this is the first operating system that Twitch works from when I've tested it, so that's pretty neat. And our next category, it's going to be modern software. So on Windows Vista, any program that can run on XP will run on Vista, generally. So if you've seen my XP video, all the programs I covered there, they will run on Vista too. We've got the video capture software. We got VLC, MyPal, Avast. There are several softwares that will work on Vista. And like the XP video, I'm not going to cover them all because that video would be very long. So, as for modern software, Windows Vista does a fairly good job. And now our next category is going to be media. And as you guys can see, this is Windows Media Player. This is a newer version. It's not the newest version for Vista, but this is the version that comes with it. You see we've got some music on here. These just come with it. And as you guys can see, this is one of the sample videos from Vista. You guys can see that it plays pretty well. But as y'all can see, this is a WMV file, so it's not an MP4, which is arguably the most popular file type for videos. So, and it plays MP3 files well. And as always, we've got VLC Media Player. Pull it up. It's VLC, the latest version available. But if you want to play MP4 files, then I highly recommend VLC because it's really good. It can play almost every file type, including MP4. So on older computers with older versions of Media Player, I recommend VLC Media Player because it can play more file types and it's up to date. And business use. As always, we've got Microsoft Office. So a part of Microsoft Office, we got Word, Excel, PowerPoint, Outlook. You know, I always feature Word, so I'm gonna go a little different. Let's go with PowerPoint. And as you guys can see, this is a fairly modern interface to me. It looks pretty similar to the latest version of Office, but at the same time, it doesn't. It looks pretty modern to me. It's very usable. As you all can see, we can just type something here, save a file. It's pretty easy. Nothing to it. And the thing about Office 2010 is it's still supported as of today when I'm making this video. Support for it ends in October 2020, which it'll be here before I know it, but I think it's pretty cool how a version of Office from 10 years ago is still supported today and can run on Windows Vista. So that's pretty neat. And Word and Excel and Outlook, they're Word, Excel, and Outlook. They're more or less similar to PowerPoint in terms of interface. And unfortunately, with older versions of Outlook, you can't get a Gmail account on there to run well because, I don't know, it's something about the Gmail servers and Outlook. If you're going to use Gmail, you've got internet, so yeah. And when it comes to security, we've got the latest version of Avast antivirus. And just like XP, the latest version of Avast will run without much problems. You got protection here. You can run a scan if, let's say, you download a file from a suspicious website. And yeah, other than that, it's Avast. It's a great antivirus that does the job and protects your computer. And Microsoft stopped supporting Windows Vista 3 years ago, so that means no more new security updates. So other than Avast or whatever antivirus you choose, you're not going to get much protection, so it's probably best to be careful. And when it comes to features, Windows Vista came with a lot of features. It came with Windows Update. You could get Windows Messenger. It came with a photo gallery, small business resources. This is Business Edition, by the way. That's why. Media Player, backup, faxing and scanning. These are just a few of the features. There's a lot more that I could show. It comes with a calculator, connect to a projector, it came with a sound recorder, and we've even got games. But, well, this is the Games Explorer, and for whatever reason, they're not showing up. Windows Vista came with a good amount of features, which I find really cool. And guys, that is it for my evaluation of Vista on video, and I will see y'all in a second. So now, I'm going to rate each category, and I'm going to start off with Internet now. Windows Vista on the internet was really good. And I mean, it was almost as good as Windows 7 and Windows 10, if not pretty darn close. So that's a 9 out of 10 for me. And then streaming videos. YouTube worked without any issues, and Twitch was laggy at times, but it got the job done. So that's an 8 out of 10. And modern software. There's a lot of modern softwares that run on Windows Vista, like VLC Media Player, for example, and Avast, and the MyPal web browser. Those are just a few of the many modern softwares that Vista can handle. So that's a 7 out of 10. And then media. Windows Vista, it comes with Windows Media Player, just like any version of Windows. But instead of that, I would prefer VLC Media Player for the latest version runs on Windows Vista. So that's an 8 out of 10. Now, business use. You can get Office 2010 on there because that's the latest version of Office that runs on Vista, and it's still supported today in 2020, and you can do anything that you would need to do on a business with Office 2010. So that's a solid 8 out of 10. Now, security. Windows Vista, its end of life was 2017, 3 years ago, so Microsoft stopped releasing security updates, but you can get Avast antivirus along with some other antiviruses, and because of that, I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. Now, features. Windows Vista came with a lot of great features, such as, I can't really think of them off the bat, but came with Windows Messenger, and it also came with a calculator, and media player, and it came with so many, I can't even think of them all, honestly. So that's an 8 out of 10. And usability. Now, for me personally, I found Windows Vista very usable, honestly. I mean, it was very similar to Windows 7 in many ways. It was like kind of Windows 7 beta in a way, if you really think about it. So that's a 10 out of 10. Now, memory. Windows Vista Ultimate, that is, which is the best version of Vista, it can support a maximum of 128 gigs of RAM. Now, I'm sure that's way more than most of y'all need. I mean, sure, maybe there's a few people who need more than that, but I'm sure for most people, 128 gigs is way more than enough. So that's an 8 out of 10. And stability. Now, Windows Vista was known for being unstable and crashing, but in my experience, that was not an issue for me at all. I mean, it has never crashed for me once, but for most people, it would crash. And I think Microsoft did a good job on addressing that issue, but by the time they did, Windows 7 was becoming very popular, so that's going to be a 9 out of 10. So, my ratings on each category makes Windows Vista an 8.2 out of 10 overall, which gives me the question, can Windows Vista be used today still? And my answer is absolutely. Windows Vista, in my opinion, it gets way too much hate. I mean, it was a little ahead of its time. I think that's where most of the criticism came from. And as for the stability issues, I think Microsoft did a good job at addressing those because I was running the latest version of Vista with all the newest updates, and it did not crash for me once. If you're I wouldn't recommend using Vista today, but if that's your only option, then you're set. And you're not going to have very many issues, and it will be very usable. And that's going to be it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed. If you like this video, please leave a like and subscribe for more videos like this. But for now, this is Dylan, signing off. Have a good one. Thank you.